Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Melanin Margin, the weekly chat show where conversations about race are never off the table. We're your hosts, Quaviondre Williams.
And Daquon Wilson.
So let's get into this week's conversation. What's hot on the table this week?
So, in an article written by Chelsea Sanchez, we find out that fame can't solve it all, according to Lizzo. During an interview with Variety, the Good as Hell singer spoke about her mental health journey and the ways being in the public spotlight have or haven't affected her experiences with anxiety and depression. Quote, fame happens to you, and it's more of an observation of you. People become famous, and it's like my DNA didn't change. Nothing
Mhm.
changed about me, she told the outlet. My anxiety didn't go away. My depression didn't go away. The things I love didn't go away. I'm still myself. But the way y'all look at me and perceive me has changed. It's a very weird kind of formless thing, quote, end quotes. She added that she spoke to her therapist about coming to terms with her former pre fame life. Quote, I don't want to seem ungrateful. It was sad, and I had to talk to my therapist about the loss of who I was. She continued, most famous people have been famous just as long as they've been a person, so they have acclimated more to it. I was going to dive bars getting shit faced in 2018, and nobody knew who I was, and nobody was bothering me. The Grammy winner noted that by 2019, she could no longer go to restaurants with my dancers and stuff. She added, quote, I had to call security and they had to call a car and we had to sit and wait. And I was like, damn, I'm just a burden to my friends and things are different now. It bummed me out because you do lose a sense of privacy in yourself, the old self. I'm good with it now. I'm fine. I'm young. I'm talented. I deserve the attention. End quote.
Bad bitch energy.
Period. That's what we were talking about last episode with the whole Billie Eilish thing. Like, you need to own
Own
yourself.
that
Like,
shit.
that's a conversation for a different day. For this conversation, I want to ask you, do you think that fame is really all it's cracked up to be? And is fame something you aspire for in life?
Not even a little. With fame comes a magnifying glass on every single aspect of your life. Everything you say, everything you do, every way you move will be seen and commented on by the masses. Depending on your level of fame, too, you won't be able to go out as freely, just like Lizzo talked about in this article, without security guards surrounding you, your friends, and your family. I mean, friendships after acquiring fame will not be the same either because money has a funny way of revealing the true nature of people, especially large amounts of it. Also, with your newfound fame, you'll never know if the new friends in your life are real or are just looking at you as a way to elevate themselves into clout chase. Um, a high enough level of fame is actually more isolating than people realize because while everyone knows who you are, which can be pretty exciting, fans and haters alike can be incredibly overwhelming and sometimes fucking dangerous. Um, Fame can also amplify mental health issues and insecurities because such a high level of scrutiny by so many fucking people on your looks, your personality, your demeanor can cause people to spiral into self-doubt, depression, like Lizzo said, and sometimes even suicide. I mean, it's incredibly difficult to navigate fame if you're not careful, and if you really fuck up, it can actually swallow you up whole. I mean, but I don't know. See, fame is never and will never be something that I aspire for because it's not real. Like it's temporary and it's fleeting. I mean, one minute you're the hottest thing out there, and the next minute you're old news. I mean, it's a fickle creature that's constantly moving and incredibly difficult to keep up with. I mean, even if you're lucky enough to catch it, there's no telling how long you'll keep it. I think the more appropriate aspiration would be lasting success. Like for my chosen career path, I'd rather have 10,000 loyal supporters of my work and craft than 100,000 people who follow me. I mean, because fans come and go, they shift like the breeze, like a leaf. But if you find loyal supporters of your craft, then baby, I've made it at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think that, I don't know, I think that people have a misconception about fame and success. Like sometimes the two words are used interchangeably, and that's not accurate. Like you can find both financial and career success without being famous. And being famous does not equate to having financial and career success. I mean, if I got famous for my career endeavors, that would be fucking amazing. Being able to reach the masses in such a significant way could open up so many phenomenal career opportunities very quickly, which could get so many balls rolling at one time. However, I'd still feel just as awesome having career success with only a niche audience of people knowing who I am. I mean, I don't need to be mainstream to know that I'm a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I choose
Sure.
I choose lasting career success over fame any day of the week. But Daquon, I want to pass the question back to you. What do you think?
It's a very interesting question, and I think that there's a lot of layers to it. For me,
Nuance, yeah.
a lot of nuance. I think that for me, I've accepted that fame could come
Yeah.
from, where I want to be, and I've accepted that. But it's not something that I aspire to. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not out here trying to chase fame.
Mm.
Because, like you said, I'm much more worried about success. I want to be
Yeah, right?
successful. And I think that for me, it's not about the fame. It's about having respect. It's about
Ooh.
having esteem in your field.
Mm.
Because, you can get famous for anything. Like,
Mhm.
literally anything you can get famous
It
for.
don't move. Yeah.
It don't move. You
Yeah.
could get famous for having a sex tape leaked about you. Like, so many different things. But for me, if I get famous, I want it to be tied and connected to my craft and what I
Exactly.
do and how people respect what I do and hold a certain level of having that reputation of like just being top of the line in what you do. Like
Yeah.
that I'm fine with getting fame for, but just like everyday run of the mill, no, because fame doesn't get you anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it may help you open a door because you're famous and people know your name. And so they
Mm-hmm.
may take a little opportunity, give you it. But if you don't have that respect, if you don't have that talent, those opportunities are going to stop coming. So it may get
Mm-hmm.
you in the door, but it's not going to keep you in the building, as they say. And so I
Say no,
just want,
Daquon. No, Daquon. You need to say that one more time, bitch. You need to say that. Run that back, bitch.
we're running it back. Fame may get you in the door, but it's not going to keep you in the building. Because if you're just famous, like, yes, you have name notoriety or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really how you treat people. It's really how much
Yes.
time you devote to your craft. It's
Yes.
really thinking about who you are as a person
Yeah.
because there are so many famous people that frankly are assholes. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to work with them. But somebody who has true respect is somebody that cares about the people around them, is really bringing up other people. And you have so much respect for them because A, they're talented, but also B, they're a good fucking person.
Yeah.
And so that is what I want to be. And because, like you said, when all of your business is out there in the public eye for all different types of critique and criticism, that can weigh heavy on your mental health. But if I know that I'm respected in my field and that I have some type of presence in my field, it doesn't matter what outsiders say because for the people who actually matter to me,
Mm-hmm.
they know who I am and they have respect for me.
I fully agree with that. And I really want to go back to that part where you said like fame will get you in the door, but it won't keep you in the building. Like, I think that people really don't understand that like when you're famous, or when you get famous for something that's not like a career thing, you are kind of riding a wave that will eventually go down. And if you don't have any talent to back it up, that wave is going to flow flat and you're going to be in still water again. if you want to keep those waves going and you want to keep things moving, you have to know, you have to have something to add to it. You have to have something to add to, okay, yes, I got famous for this one little thing here, but I'm going to use that viral video, or I'm going to use this X, Y, and Z thing to propel me more and more forward. I thought about this a little while back too. You have to be very intentional when you are creating content, because I don't think a lot of people understand that how the fame machine, the viral machine works. And you want to make sure that whatever work you put out, whatever video you do is representative of what your brand is, right? So like if you are a singer, but you only make videos on TikTok that are like, oh, it's funny this, funny that, I'm making jokes about this and the fourth or whatever, I'm talking about TV shows and stuff like that, and that video pops off and people are following you, you get a mass of comments, all that stuff like that, and then you post, okay, well, I do music too, by the way. People are like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Who cares?
Exactly. For me, I have a very personal relationship with this particular aspect, because a while back I had a my YouTube channel, I did a video about Charmed, right? The Charmed reboot. And I was just going in, just not being a great person. I was young, bitch. I was younger. I didn't say things in the way that I would normally do it, and with more thoughtfulness to it. I was kind of like, oh, I don't like it. Let me tell you how much I don't like it, right? And then I was realizing that I had, like, my video had got like 10,000, 20,000 views. And I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, girl, like I'm here now. I've arrived, you know, and I started making more videos about Charmed and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, let me talk about the show, the old show. And I was seeing those numbers and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting the followers. I'm getting the comments. I'm like, bitch, I'm here now. I'm in the door. And then I made my monologue videos that got no views. Then I did my actual reviews of TV shows where I'm coming from a more respectful, more critiquing place, not a criticism kind of place. And no views, not really any. And then I literally had someone comment on my old video a while back that was like it was like, because this was like a couple of years back, but they commented, they were like, where the fuck is the Charm videos? We don't really care about this. And like that shit crushed me. It crushed me because I was like, oh. So I had to go back and delete all those videos. I had to rebrand myself. And yeah, I might have a certain amount of followers on my YouTube channel, but those followers came from those Charm videos that I did. And so even though I have like 900 or so followers on there, my videos are not doing the same, aren't doing those numbers in the view count. And I had to realize in that moment, I was like, I fucked up because I wasn't intentional with what I put out. And so you have to be very careful and make sure that everything that you're putting out, everything that you're putting into your thing is reflective of what you are as a brand, what you are trying to do with your life, because you never know what video is going to pop off. And you want to make sure that whatever video that you do that does pop off or that does get some heavy traction is going to bring in the followers that are going to watch all of your other content as well. Does that make sense, Daquon? You hearing me right now? You see what I'm saying?
The math is mathing. The logic is logicking. And I think that it's a very important conversation to have in really curating your brand. What are you about? What message are you trying to sending out? And like, I know I've done that for myself. It's like, for me, a lot of what I post on social media has to do with makeup. And if it's not anything, you are going to see me in a look. And like, that is enough for me. I'm not out here posting all different types of random things because I know people have followed me for a certain reason. Exactly. And they're going to watch me for that reason. Of course, once you start having, you know, a relationship with people and people may have came for X reason, but they're really staying for your personality, X, Y, Z. Then you have that wiggle room to branch out into some other things. But when you are first starting out and when you first have something like blow up, you have to focus on whatever you did in that. And I also think that it's very important to not only understand your brand, but understand how you can pivot your brand. I see a lot of times, you know, people will have like these viral social media, like a TikTok dance or something like that. And they understand that like that kind of viral fame can only last so long. So they try to like transition into something else. Like maybe they do some type of reality TV or try to do
Mm-hmm.
acting, or, when like Vine stars try to move to YouTube and all of those different things, it's like you were known for a certain type of content. And so when you
Exactly.
try to branch out, you need to be able to know that that type of content that you were doing before can transfer. It's a transferable skill. And not everybody who, is a fun TikTok personality is a good actor. And so you have them going into acting, and you see the movie, you see the TV show or whatever, and it's like, ugh, that was rough. That was a choice to do. You made a choice, and it wasn't a good choice. And so that's why it's important to always understand how you can pivot yourself out of certain things. So if you are very passionate about something right now, understand the different ways that you can create branches and like feel around different paths for yourself. So you're not stuck in that one thing that you have to do all the time.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like it really, and I love that part about pivoting your brand and understanding it, because I think that when I was younger, when I made this particular video, I didn't fully understand what my brand was, what I was trying to bring to the table. And
Mhm.
now, in these recent years, I've learned what I want to bring to the table. I've learned what my brand is. So now, like I said before, I'm being more intentional with what I post, what I bring to the table. I'm being more intentional if I get some traction on the video that I do, and understanding, okay, you can make this many videos about that, but then pop off and go do something else. Because you want, what I'm trying to learn, like I said before, and like I think you pointed this out too, you want to make sure that you are getting people to fall in love with you in what
Right,
you do. Because if you have those, like I said, the difference between fans and supporters, because fans can be, I had fans of my charm videos, but I didn't
right.
have any supporters of my personhood or my content. So you have to understand, like, you are making content, you are creating this brand of whatever you are. If you're a singer and you pop off of making a joke about something, okay, yeah, make that joke and that was funny. You can comment, you can respond to a few comments, but then get back into your singing shit, then get back into
Right.
doing covers, because you need to make sure that people understand, hey, yeah, I made this one video about this, but understand that that's just one aspect of the entire brand that I'm bringing to you. So I might do this sometimes, but this is the main focus. Or I may do this, but I also do that and that and that and that. It's about diversifying what it is that you're bringing to the table, diversifying your platform, understanding how to translate what you do into multiple different ways: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Once you know who you are, it's really easy to help other people see that as well.